right, guys. So what I put together was, this is social media 101 as I understand it. Myself, when I came over to Prüvit, I had a pretty strong back pocket arsenal full of social media tips and tricks that I have learned along the way. I think that it's pretty incredible that we can take something as powerful as Keto OS right now and be able to not just reach the people that are in our town, on our street, our group of friends with it, but we can literally reach hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, millions if you want to say that, on social media. So my goal right now is to kind of take this a little bit off of community marketing mindset just for this moment to show you some things that can help you maximize social media marketing in a manner that's going to be productive, in a manner that's going to actually give you some feedback, and also hopefully get you as many new people as your little heart desires with Facebook. But I want you to start off right now with a very open mind. And with that being said, I want you all to remove your promoter hats right now. You are not Prüvit promoters. You are Stacey O'Leary, Karen Levin, Jessica Baker. You guys are just normal people. We're just opening up your Facebook app right now because you want to just see what's going on. So let's go. I can't get this to go into presenter screen. That is, okay, this just is what it is. Okay. So now we're going to shift our thought process right now from Prüvit promoters to being an average, normal person. Now, for our intent to use social media, we want to be able to reach people at a level where the end result is going to happen where they have a 5 or a 10-day in their hand. Remove business. Remove, we want to get a 30-day order and we need some volume because we're trying to hit a bonus. No, we want to get packets of Keto OS from your dresser where you've got hundreds of them sitting there to someone's house. So now the reason that people are going on Facebook, this is very point blank, and this is very obvious for all of us, except we get incredibly, mute everyone. Okay. We get very off track when it comes to social media posts and what we're supposed to do and what we're supposed to say as promoters and all the different tips and tricks and how to manipulate the algorithm, if you even understand that there is one. And we can get really kind of bogged down and not know exactly what to even say to people. So then we don't, and we're like, maybe tomorrow we'll do something. But so this is going to guide you. The main reason that people are going on Facebook is because, I'm saying Facebook because that's what I know. Instagram has the same algorithm as Facebook. I personally don't like their messenger area. That's the only reason I don't really use Instagram. But social media in general, people are going on social media for one because they want to be entertained. They want to be informed, and by informed, they want to know what's going on in the world. They want to know what's going on with their friend that they met 4 years ago that they really still love, but they don't get to see that person anymore. They want to be educated. It could be that they're in groups in their local area. They want to know what's going on in the world. They want to be inspired. And that last one is very, very important. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I was one of those people that when you would scroll my Facebook, if you went on it, God, the On This Day feature of Facebook just shames me every single freaking day because I was a disaster. I was a negative brat. I was calling people out. I was calling us. I was Prüvit, this and that. I was mocking people who were selling things on Facebook. I was just a negative, drag you down with my energy, that person on Facebook. You know what I had? Like 78 friends on Facebook, and a lot of them really did not enjoy my presence. And the thing about that is that if I even try to come over into this with all these thoughts and opinions, it's not to say that I don't have them. I have a ton of thoughts and opinions on what's going on in the world right now. And just because I have those opinions, those are things that I say for myself because I use Facebook right now for business. And do you need to know my political parties? Do you need to know my stance on this and that? No, you absolutely don't. Because what I'm here to do is inspire other people and make them feel excited about what I have to offer. When they see a status pop up for me, I want them to stop and I want them to read it. So what I do not do when I'm going on Facebook, I do not give people I don't give them the creeps. I don't make them feel icky. I don't try to make them feel like in a message from me. If they comment on something of mine that they're about to, I'm going to slide in that message with, hey girl, you want to try something I got? Like that's never going to be the intent that I'm putting out there on Facebook. And because of that, I am told that my Facebook personality, my social media personality is very warm. It's inviting, inspiring, and it's something that people look forward to. This is not something that happened overnight. And I don't know if you missed the whole point about me being a terrible negative brat on Facebook, but that was a very real thing. And on this day, I literally found a post where I was talking about breastfeeding in a really ridiculous way 2 days ago on this day, and I'm like, God, like I hate myself from 2008. So just going forward, these are the reasons that we want to use social media, and these are the things that we may want to avoid when we're using Facebook. So now the trick to this, guys, because there is an actual trick to this. If you want to sit here and strategize and overthink, what am I going to put on Facebook? What do I do? What do I do? It's going to not just bog you down, it's going to completely take away from the fun of it, because I'm not going to lie to you right now, social media is fun to me. I go on here, I have unfollowed the right amount of people that used to bring it down. I have added the right amount of amazing people between people in our organization, and not just that, other people that exist. I don't care if they're ever going to buy anything from me. They make me enjoy Facebook when I log on. So the answer to this right now is straight up being a brand, and not just being a brand, but you are going to be a brand with soul. Now, this can mean many different things to many different people. So what I want to do is try to help you develop this. And the way that I put this together, just so you guys know, this is our 101 or back to basics week. So I don't want anyone to feel, for one, like I am not pointing out anyone that is on this team, in this organization, in this company. When I start giving some examples, understand this is to no one and to everyone, because I want the brand newest prover to be able to hop onto this and watch us on our YouTube and be like, oh, this is really helpful. Okay, now I know maybe I should avoid doing this and doing this instead. So when you are becoming a brand, the idea of becoming a brand means that when someone goes to your page, they can scroll, and within 5 scrolls, they kind of know you. They may not know facts about you, but they know your vibe. And if you guys go to my Facebook right now, and by the way, if you friend request me, do not take it personal if I don't accept. I'm just saving space still for new people that I'm going to become friends with in the future. If you take a scroll and you're looking at my Facebook, I feel like you're kind of going to get my brand. I'm kind of goofy. I inspire. I try to motivate people. I love me some keto. I am a boy mom. My life's kind of a mess. At any point in time, there's a wrestling match in my living room. And like, that's who I am. And these are things. Those are the actual, points and chapters of my life. But this is not something that was just coincidentally, that's how I started. I definitely took a lot of time to develop that brand and be able to share it in a manner that made sense. And that was also going to help me from a business standpoint. So becoming a brand with soul is strategic. You get to actually pick these things. And a whole lot of it, by the way, on my screen, Alexis, my screen still sharing, right? You can see the newest. Okay. So to determine your soulful brand and figure out who you are, what are you going to be, and what feelings are you going to put out into the freaking world right now with your social media, you got to figure that out. Because if you're just like, I'm going to wing it, you're not going to wing it. You're going to post one day and you're going to post 7 times, and then you're going to not post anything for 2 days, and it's not productive and it won't get you anywhere. So the way that I learned how to develop what my brand was going to be a couple years ago, someone said to me, they're like, yeah, man, we're all just big Pinterest boards. And a couple of you, or not a couple of you, a good amount of you may have been on my last social media training that I did a couple months back, but I know that there are a lot of newer people, so that's why we're touching on this again. But the whole idea of your Pinterest board, I'm not even sure if you guys know what Pinterest is. I want to say majority of people do at this point. Your Pinterest account is going to be a collection of a ton of things that you care about. They can vary. Like I see all these little screens right here. You all would have very different Pinterest boards. You guys all care about a lot of different things. And sometimes they're going to be things that like you're hoping to get better at, some hobbies that you want to do. Maybe you want to start gardening. Maybe you're like super into keto. Maybe you are a mom. Maybe you really want to start doing shabby chic furniture. Like there's so many different things that you can do. And that's why the Pinterest board approach is amazing when it comes to social media, because, oh goodness. Hold on, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me close this real quick. My apologies. I don't even know if this is showing up for you guys. But your Pinterest board is going to be a collection of your likes, your loves, your dreams, your vibes, and your hobbies. It is that simple, guys. So now, if you don't have a Pinterest account, you can literally do this on a piece of paper. You can sit down and write out the things that you want to be. Now, I want you, again, remove Prüvit. Get this out of your head. I'm actually going to encourage you right now with a pen and paper, write out 5 different things that you're about. Do them. I'm watching you guys. Put your heads down and start writing. Think. I'm also doing this because I'm turning my AC on. Hold on. Sorry, Brian. I'm professional. Okay. I'm back. So like, I know a couple people on this screen. I'm going to use Alexis. She does not have kids yet. She has amazing dogs. She is a little boss babe. Like right there, the dogs, not married yet. She is getting married soon. She has an online business and she loves ketones. Right there, that is her Prüvit board or her Pinterest board. So as you're putting together what your different boards are going to be, I want you to start thinking about how Prüvit can roll into this, because it absolutely can. And that's the amazing thing about this business, is that we can do so much of this based off of us on social media. This does not have to be a Prüvit, billboard for people. You can straight up talk about your things that are interesting to you on social media, and that's going to be the thing that's going to help and reach other people. And then if you are strategically just slipping Keto OS into there and Prüvit in the business and the events that you're going to and the friendships that you're making and your overall experience, if you just start sliding those in there very casually, it's all rolled into your brand. It's all part of who you are. And that is the thing that's going to be something that a average everyday person on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, that's what they're going to appreciate. I promise you guys, as much as we care about Keto OS, if they have not tried it yet, they do not care about it. And if we are drilling this product in front of their faces with flyers, with this, with that. I'm not to say that putting this out there is not important. It is incredibly important. It is going to be the heartbeat of your business, I think, if you're using social media. You want to make sure that they know that this exists, but you cannot assume that if you post this 4 times a day only about Prüvit or Keto OS, I cannot promise you that people aren't going to unfollow you. I can almost promise you, at least for myself, I probably would be a little bit hesitant to follow that person after a while. I'd be like, I didn't sign up for this. I came on here to look at pictures of food and dogs. So hold on. Okay, absolutely, Heather. That's the thing. You have to get this into their hands somehow. And this is going to be the way that we're going to do it. So now the pro tip in this, if you're still not sure, like, who are you? What's your soulful brand? What is it, the vibe that you want to give to people? What is it that you're all about? If you straight up are like, listen, I have the personality of a paper towel. Like, I have no idea who I am, what matters, what people want to know about me. Like, I would straight up ask one of your friends, ask your husband, ask someone whose opinion you value, because you're going to actually find out that there's a lot more to you than you think. Your brand is also going to shift. You are not the same person that you were a year ago, especially if you are now drinking ketones. Like, the things that you care about might even be a little bit different. So go ahead, develop up your list and your Pinterest board, because now what this is, like, say your Pinterest board or your piece of paper or whatever, this is your blueprint, guys. This is all you need. Like, I can end this call right now and be like, that right there is going to be enough to help you, because it allows you now to take the pressure off of yourself with, I need to be Prüvit. Now, don't get me wrong and misunderstand. My entire life, my heartbeat is freaking Prüvit. Okay, like, there's nothing about this company or the product or the friendships or the organization or, the science. There's nothing about our culture that isn't 100% my life at this point. Like, I'm about to do the most insane rap on my damn car about it. Like, that's what I mean. But at the same time, guys, if I was pure Prüvit nonstop, if I got that P tattoo and I was just like showing Prüvit every post I was doing, you bet your butt people are going to start to unfollow me. So like, I can't do that, because I want them to stay here. I want to inspire them in just the right time. A year ago, and I'm going to say one more thing here, and because I just said it before, you are not who you were a year ago. You are not who you are a week before you opened up that first Keto OS packet, a week before you watched that campfire video. You are no longer that person. And how I feel when I'm putting stuff out there on social media, I am looking for the people who are looking for me. They may not know that they're looking for this yet. They may not know about the product. They may not know about my personality. They might not know any of the trials or tribulations or experiences that I've had in life. They may not know any of those things, but every post I develop, this is my soulful brand. My soulful brand is always going to guide me to where I'm trying to go with my posts. So let me get on here. Okay, so creating your posting power, you are going to be putting together what you want other people to feel. Now for myself, I'm going to just rattle off a couple things. I'm kind of goofy. I am a mother. I am a wife. I have a great story where I'm no longer working full-time. I'm now able to do Prüvit full-time. However, there was there were steps and there were, you know, actions and things that brought me from that place to this. You know, I love internet memes. I love food. I am going to share about one or all of those things in a week. It totally varies, but my posting power is going to be my guide. That's going to tell me what I want to post, and that's also going to prevent the white noise post. Now, what white noise post is going to be, guys? I mean, I'm going to give an example because I do this sometimes. That's the other thing is it's always kind of going to vary. But like if I'm just holding my extremely pink drink and I'm just like, ketones are incredible, get some. Like, I'm not Kim K. No one's going to just take that and be like, okay, Katie Rollins said it, I'm going to go get these. Like, no. They need to understand. If I say, guys, I just drank this. I clean my kitchen from top to bottom. My 5-year-old frustrated me maybe 2 times today out of the 200 that he normally does. And I just slept like a rock last night. Like, that's going to be something that people actually want to listen to. So when I am doing a post, I don't want it to be a white noise. I don't want it to be something that someone's going to scroll right by and keep going. Your posting power is also going to keep you in the blue ocean. If you don't know what blue ocean marketing is, blue ocean versus red ocean, then you obviously have not been to a Prüvit event yet, so go to Vegas and you're going to learn all about it. You can go ahead and Google blue ocean marketing versus red ocean. Blue ocean marketing, Blue Ocean in general is a very nice, calm, relaxing, safe place. For myself, from a marketing standpoint, consumers can be placed in the middle of that blue ocean. At no point do they feel when they're reading my posts that they have to have their guard up, that they're going to get attacked because, you know, there's another product just like this and then there's another product just like this and everyone's hitting me at all ends. Like if someone comments on my post, they're not going to be like sold to. If that makes sense. So any of my posts, I make sure that there's posting power behind it because that keeps me in the blue ocean. And that is the vibe and the feeling that Prüvit believes in. That's what Brian Underwood loves about our culture is we are blue ocean. There's nothing that's going to touch what we have. So I'm going to make sure that my Facebook posts are going to reflect that as well. And my words are going to align with my brand. My words specifically, guys, you can't duplicate other people's words. Like when I say other people's words, I mean like if you're not someone who says things like, hey boo, or gotcha bee, or like, oh, you know, if you're not like a goofy speaker and you straight up take a post from someone else and you copy and paste it and you're just like, okay, this works for them, I'm gonna post it for me. Guess what that does? That makes for one, people know that you didn't write that. Like they just flat out know. You don't just out of nowhere start speaking differently. On top of it, I think it alienates yourself from your brand completely because one day you're posting, or earlier that day you're posting in one manner, and then, you know, maybe you've taken a post right from someone else's mouth that they put up on Facebook, and it totally destroys what you were trying to do. So don't try to take other people's words. You need to use your words. You can use other people's posts as inspiration, but you need to use your words that are going to align with your brand. And when you do all this, when you tie all this together, when you create your Pinterest board and you figure out what your posting power is, and you now know the feelings that you want to give to other people, guys, they will start looking forward to your posts. Rebecca Weiner, I'm sure she's on here. She is a perfect example. She is someone in our organization who I've known for a couple years, whose social media, she was with a skincare company before this. Her social media game was not good. And she knows this, and we talked about this, and she has completely reinvented herself. She has rebranded herself, and I watch her and I'm like, I get goosebumps sometimes because she did it, and it took time, guys. It took months for her, but she did it. And this, at any point in time, your social media can be saved. So don't feel like you're too far gone. So here are some very strategic, when I talked about tips and tricks of things that you can take today, start implementing today, this is it. Now, the whole setting your page to public, I get it. Not everyone wants to do that. You don't want to have people looking at pictures of your kids. You don't want people to you don't want your husband's girlfriend from high school creeping on your Facebook page. You don't want any of these things. You're like, no, that's not what Facebook's for. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, there's two different thought processes. You can Google, you can go on YouTube, and you can figure out how to categorize every single one of your friends and put them all into little categories. So then you can post only the picture of your kids, so only your friends and family if you want. You can take the time to do that. That is something I used to do that. And then I let it go. Because the reality is, the power that I have with Facebook, the power that I have to get the keto conversation started with tens of thousands of people in a month if I want to, my Facebook page is public. And you want to know why, guys? Because people are nosy. That Facebook ticker, if you're on your computer and you're on Facebook, you see that little thing that's going, and, you know, Stacy just commented on Sheena's post. Oh, Brian likes Rutherford's post. Like, you hover over it and you start seeing, you're like, whoa, and then you click that, and then you start looking, and then all of a sudden you are down the rabbit hole on someone's page you've never met. Guys, use this to your damn advantage. Like, this is what Facebook is. No one's on Facebook because they're just like, oh, well, I want to see 4 people and I'm going to close it out. I mean, some people are like, you know, if my dad was on Facebook, that's what he would use it for. But the reality is, people are so nosy. Ooh, I just drew on that, I think. Sorry about that. But anyway, set your Facebook page to public, guys, and get over yourselves, okay? We're going to use Facebook right now for marketing, and this is the first step. Another step, which I learned from Sylvia, if you have people that you've been talking to about ketones, or maybe the business, and, you know, in the last couple of days, you know that they're right there, you're right there, and you know that you're about to drop that money post. Like, this post is going to have all the vibes that you want to put out there, and this is the information. You better get on their page first and comment on one of their pictures. Do this for a couple, oh, someone else is writing on this. Guys, you get off of that. Someone else is writing on this screen. I don't know how to stop you. Just stop. So you're going to get on their page and you're going to comment. You're going to like something, because guess what happens? Facebook algorithm, the puppet master machinery behind Facebook, is going to take your post then that you're going to put up 10 minutes later and place it in front of people that you just engaged with. Like, it's magical. Use that to your advantage. Oh, someone handed their phone to their kid. Please stop. That's what the drawing is. Okay. So now here's the thing is, you're going to put up a post and it's going to be amazing. You are going to get like this is a post. They don't happen all the time, but you put that post up and you got like 10 comments, or you even got 1 comment, and you're like, yes. And you see the little red notification, which is the most gratifying feeling in the world. You're like, yes, they're in it. And you want to go and you want to like it and you want to reply to that comment. Do not do that. Put your phone down. Don't do it then. Wait a couple minutes. Wait 10 minutes. I would even wait an hour before you reply to that comment. Don't misunderstand. I want you to go and message that person the second you see that comment drop, if you can do that. Go ahead and message them and be like, hey girl, just saw your comment over on my post. Have you heard of ketones before? Like, get in there, start the conversation. But you're not going to reply. You're not going to comment, because what you're going to do is, it is 12 noon and someone just commented on that post, and then you wait an hour. All the people that are now on Facebook at 1 o'clock that weren't there at 12 o'clock, the second you reply to that comment, because of the way that our Facebook algorithm works, that post that you put up that was buried 400 posts deep is now going right back up to the top. And you are bringing that post back to life. I do this all day long. I am the puppet master of my Facebook. I have a post that was bombed 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go and I will show you. I will go right after this call and I'll start replying to some of the comments. Heck, I might even delete a comment I made and make a new one. Because guess what happens? That post that someone didn't see 2 weeks ago, because maybe we weren't even Facebook friends, it's going to go right back up to the top. And people are going to see it probably for the first time. This is how you can use Facebook. You can manipulate this. You can be the puppet master. It's incredible. So being able to like and comment on posts at a later time in the day is going to get that post in front of new people that were not there when you put it out there. So now Facebook is full of groups, guys. I don't know about you guys. I get added to 18,000 makeup groups a day that I remove myself from. I'm not doing it because I'm being a brat. I'm doing it because I have too many notifications and I don't want to be in all these groups. But what I do want to be in groups about, I want to be in my boy mom groups because they crack me up. They have some really funny memes that talk about being a boy mom. I want to be in different like recipe groups because I love eating. That's like one of my favorite things. And I get inspiration out of there. And when people post something that I'm just like, that was awesome, I let them know in a comment. Very often, you'll start to find that when you're in these groups, guys, this doesn't have to be pure sales. This doesn't mean that, you know, if you're in these groups, you now have access to 40,000 potential customers. You do. But at the end of the day, I've made friends out of these groups, which are amazing, that I've never had to have a keto conversation with. I've never had to do anything. At the end of all this, of our Facebook friendship, they end up becoming my real friends on Facebook, and they ask me about this. It doesn't need to be a strategy to get into these groups, but I'm telling you right now that being a part of a Facebook group, even if it's like Megan, she's a girl in our organization who is in a running group. Well, you bet she's friends with these people now in real life. I mean, and they are getting ketones from her because they've just been watching her posts. She's not in that group throwing packets around at people. She's not posting selfies with pink drinks. Like, no, she's in there just being herself and making true friends out of it. So nothing major. So what you are going to do is you are now going to go ahead and you are going to send, you know how Facebook on your main page every single day will tell you happy birthday, like whose birthday it is. Go down that list of everyone. Someone text Kendra and tell her to stop messaging me if you don't mind. I can't tell if she can see us or not. Okay, you are going to go down that list of everyone whose birthday it is today, and you are going to send them a happy birthday message. And when you do that, what's going to happen is they're going to just reply to you. Maybe they're not going to. It doesn't really matter. But the Facebook algorithm is going to think that you guys are straight up friends in Facebook land, like in real life. Like you guys have conversations because you've just made that connection now between the messenger, that this is someone who cares about what you're doing and you care about what they're doing. So those happy birthday messages that you can send every single day are now going to bring your posts up to them on their news feed. Do this every single day and do it in Messenger. Don't do it on their main feed, because if you do it on their main feed, it gets totally blocked. People can't see it. Hold on. Thank you. Okay. It ends up getting lost in the noise, and then it was pointless. So go ahead and send them a happy birthday message so then they can get nosy and start poking around on your page. And I mentioned before about bringing your old posts back to life. That is something I do all the time, guys. If I know I put something together a while ago that's just a really, really good post, I'm totally going to bring that thing back to life a week later. Sometimes I don't get too much engagement out of it, but sometimes it's like I just wrote it for the first time and I get so much more engagement. So many new people are now seeing it. So now, hold on one second. Like normally I'm a breeze technology on these things. Today's a struggle bus. Sorry guys. Anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to end this with some social media do's and don'ts. And I'm going to start with the don'ts because I want to end this with a positive. And again, I said this before, this is social media 101. So the newest prover is going to be watching this at a later time. So nothing is going to be directed at anyone. This is overall for all of us because I still make these mistakes time to time too. You know that Facebook gets paid. I would imagine most of you guys know that Facebook gets paid by companies, by other people who have public pages or anyone to have their posts put in front of you. I'm going to assume that most of you guys notice that now because you see posts that are sponsored. These sponsored posts, companies, some of them are dumping thousands of dollars weekly to have that post show up in front of you. So now if you're regular Katie Rollins and you have a post of a picture of you holding something or you talking about a sale and it is literally just text, there is just written word all over it. For one, Facebook does not show that to everyone, guys. They are not going to, because you did not give them thousands of dollars to promote to all of your Facebook friends. So where you might get some people that are going to like and comment, and you're like, okay, cool, I guess people saw it. No one's really engaging on it. Guess what? It's not all just because it looks tacky. It does actually look tacky. We overthink this, but it really does. On top of that, Facebook didn't show it to everyone because they're like, who is she? Who does she think she is? She didn't give me money to show this to all 4,300 of her Facebook friends, so I'm not going to. So make sure that if you do have text on a picture is 25% or less. And if you want to figure out if your picture has 25% or less, and I wouldn't even overthink this, just don't go crazy with the text. But if you want to, go, if you Google Facebook text, Facebook image text, something like that, there is a website, it's a Facebook website that you literally just upload the picture to and it will tell you if you're over 25%. If you're over 25%, make the text smaller. In your post, guys, I know it's very hard I do this too, and I'm calling myself out. I make this mistake sometimes. I can't help it, but sometimes I just do. like I just said before, Facebook, if you're putting links to your sites for people to buy from you in your posts, I'm going to tell you right now, you may as well put the phone down and walk away from it that day, because Facebook is not going to show it to people. And not just that, in the event it is getting shown to people, you are alienating yourself on Facebook. Like I said, people are going there because they want to be inspired, they want to feel moved, they want to feel educated, they want to be informed. They do not want to be sold to. And guess what happens when you put your own shop keto site into your post? People are like, oh, she really put her like heart and soul into this one. No, she's just trying to buy something. She wants us to buy something from her. That's what this post is. And people don't like that. So what I do though, because I do still put my posts or my site out there sometimes, because if it's a major sale day, I can't answer all these questions, or I can't answer the questions, but if I'm getting a ton of messages, like, what's your site? I'll put in the comment that or in the post that I'm going to put my site in the comment, and I'll put in the comment, because guess what that also is? Engagement. If no one makes a comment on my post, I will delete that comment, and an hour later, I'll put my website back into the comment again. Guess what happens? You bring your post right back up to the top again. I'm not going to have dollar amounts in there. I'm not going to put my website in my post. So now this is my list of my personal phrases that make me twitch when I see them on Facebook. And this is because I am capable of taking off my promoter hat at any point in time, guys. I do this and I judge my own posts and I judge everyone else's, not in a bad way. I'm critiquing it in my head and I'm like, no, 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 no. Now, let me again give you that whole red ocean, blue ocean understanding. If you are putting things up that say, join me, or I know you're interested in this business opportunity, my team, guys, we can relate to this in Prüvit land. Your next door neighbor who's kind of curious about how you've been losing 10 pounds, and like, you know, she sees that you're in this bare moon, she goes and creeps on you on Facebook, and like, it's this post where it talks about like, don't you want to join me and this, that, like, no one can relate to these terms. I'm telling you right now. And not just that, it can make someone unfollow you really, really quickly. And not just that, and I find this to be the most important, because Prüvit is better. Guys, Prüvit is better than every other damn company. Like, I don't know if you guys have realized this or not. I'm assuming that you have. This company is straight fire. Like, what we have is incredible. Our rewards program is sick. Our events are life-changing. Like, it can change the whole trajectory of your life. When you put things up that look just like all the other crap that's out there, people are going to scroll and dismiss it like all the other crap that's out there. I know for a fact there are specific companies, I'm not going to say, that they all put the same style of post up. They all use the same exact wording. I'm going to piggyback down below. They're taking word for word text from each other and putting it up. Who do we think that works for? Like, who are the people that are just like, oh, well, I saw this post like 6 more times in the last half an hour, but you know what, like, this girl, yeah, I'm all about this. I'm going to respond to this one. No, it doesn't work like that. So go ahead and make your own, you know, be inspired by posts that are out there. Don't use icky sales words that you're seeing other companies use, for one, because that's insane to me. But on top of it, if you see posts like, if Stacey O'Leary puts a great post up and I see it, I'm like, yes. And I see she has 482 comments on it. One, I'm going to be like, damn girl, that was awesome. But on top of it, I'm going to maybe take the vibe of her post and see how maybe I can kind of develop it into a manner in which I speak that's going to speak to my tribe or my people or the people that are looking for me. At no point am I going to copy and paste Stacey's post into my own. That's insanity, guys. It doesn't work like that. And on top of it, it makes us look red ocean. We are so much better than that. Like, you are so much better than that. So really, you know, be inspired by other people, but you can't take their words and try to play them off as your own. It just looks insane. Like, it doesn't work. So I want to save you the time. So I'm going to end with, I'm going to breeze through the do's, because the social media do's are amazing. Okay, guys, these really, really, really do work. Your pictures that you're going to put together, think about it. If they're really dark, if they're really pixelated looking, people are going to scroll by and they're going to be like, whoa, whoa. Like, no one's going to stop and look at it, because sometimes you can't even tell what it is. You're like, is this an ultrasound picture? Is this someone in their dark corner holding up a packet? Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. So they just keep going. There are plenty of apps out there. One that Sam Huger told me about is called Lightroom. It's incredible. It's a great app. It can brighten up a picture. Gavin is great at using PixArt. I love his pictures that he puts up. They're more pixelated, but like brighter, and they pop. They're scroll stoppers. When there's a sale, when there are things out there that are going on in Prüvit land, don't take their flyer and post it. Guess what that looks like? Looks like you're trying to sell them something. You're not Macy's. Don't put up a flyer. That's crazy talk. Make your own picture. And then you can put right into the text like, I'm so excited. Today's the best day. I got to drink my ketones. I'm in a badass mood. We're having a sale. It's 20% off. Like, life is incredible today. That's a great post. It's a great picture. You're going to note the different times of day that are going to get the best engagement for your market, because some of you are parents and you are awake at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning because your kids woke you up. So guess what you're doing? You're sitting on your couch drinking coffee. People are scrolling Facebook the same time as you. If you know that you've got a message that you can put out, do it at the time when you know people are just sitting around scrolling. At 9 o'clock at night when those kids are in bed, you bet your butt every parent in America is pretty much on their couch scrolling, unless you're provers and you're out there working your butt off. But you will definitely start to note that there are times a day that work better for the people that you're trying to speak to. When you're putting together a post, guys, we can go on and on. I can go on for 18 paragraphs about Keto OS. What I can't do is type, 18 paragraphs in one big paragraph, because guess what happens? People are not going to read that. It's too much. It's like sensory overload. So when I'm writing something, I'm going to do 2 to 3 sentences, 2 to 4 sentences max if they're shorter sentences, and then I got to do a space bar, because your eyes can only digest so much information. If it's too much, I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you serve me 36 paragraphs of 2 or 3 sentences, I'm probably going to read the whole thing if I'm getting a good vibe off of it. I said don't share sales flyers. And I say that I do it time to time. It really depends. When the new cream drops, like, I can't even explain how incredible that stuff is, because that wouldn't even sound like I knew what I was talking about if I tried. Those are sales flyers that I'm okay with sharing something like that. But if it's just 20% off, don't share that. And then lastly, be consistent and be patient and honor the time that this is going to take, because it does take some time. These tips and tricks that I just gave you before, you're going to find that if you start implementing those, hold on one second. What did I just do here? If you start implementing those tips and tricks right now, okay, got this. If you start implementing those tips and tricks about the Facebook algorithm, guys, and you start doing it today, if you test a post that you put up this morning, if you comment on it after this call, you're going to see it's going to come up again. You can start doing this for 3 days in a row, guys, and you are going to see that this works. If you stop copy and pasting from other things and try to make it your own, you're going to see that you're going to get more engagement. If you start posting about things that have to do with you that have nothing to do with Prüvit, you're going to start to see people actually kind of care about what you're up to. The trick to this, though, the thing that's going to make this all be a waste of your time right now, and on top of it, a waste of trying to use social media in general. If you do this for a week and you don't notice anything and then you stop doing it, you have now officially wasted your time, because this takes some time for it to work, and you have to show up every day. I'm not saying you need to post 4 times a day, but you do need to show up every day, and you need to use that Facebook algorithm to your advantage. Engage on other people. Really do this, because I promise it works. It does take time.